So why are we producing content? We're producing content so that our potential clients can actually see who we are, understand who it is that we are, and really get a feel for what it is that we can do for them. The content that you create needs to be client focused, not you focused, not me focused, but it's got to be focused on your audience and what their needs are. The content that you create should be the antidote for all of the problems that those potential customers have. And in order to get your message across, obviously, you're going to have to create content, just like I'm creating here, whether it's for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, whatever it's for. Make sure that it's centered on the client and that it is helping them. What I'm going to show you here is after you've made the video, how it is that you go in and enhance it and edit it with things like lower thirds, with B-roll. And I'm going to explain all of these terms to you so that you get a firm understanding of this. But also what I want you to know and understand, this isn't rocket science. It may just be something you have not done yet. And I'm going to be using an online editor called Kapwing. So why don't we just go there now and you can see what it is that I'm talking about. All right, so this is the online editor and it's called Kapwing. I've got a link in the description below or above this video, somewhere around, where you can actually go to this website and get a subscription for it. They have a free subscription, but also if you want to be able to get a pro version, I have the pro version because I wanted that. I wanted all of the bells and whistles, and it's not expensive at all. I think for the monthly fee, it's $24.95, something like that per month. And then also if you pay yearly, obviously I think there's something like a 30 to a 40% discount if you just pay yearly. But this is the web editor called Kapwing. Now, what you want to do when you get here, this is basically your dashboard where everything is going to begin. So I'm going to go ahead and click on New Project. And from the New Project window, I can do several things. I can add media, upload media. It's all the same thing. But you want to make sure that you have the dimensions right for what it is that you're doing. Most times you're going to select the 16:9. That's like the YouTube format, the wide format. Then you have the square format, which is 1:1, which is if you're making for something like your wall on Instagram. There's 4:5 for Instagram post, and then also the tall post, the 9:16, which is something for a TikTok or a story that you're going to create. For this one, I'm going to make sure I hit the 16:9 so that I can upload this style format where you see in the white, that size. So we're going to go ahead and add media, and then I'm just going to minimize the screen so I can get to what I want, and I want to drag this over. This is the video that we want to go ahead and start editing. So it's there right now. All we have to do is hit this little plus sign and we can add this to the timeline. Now the timeline is below here. That's what you're seeing below is the timeline where your video is housed. And so with this, I'm going to just take a look at a couple of things. Now, if I go over here, I realize that I made a mistake. I coughed. So I wanted to edit all of this out. So if I go to the last thing that I said here, I'm just going to click the play button in full control. All right. So I stopped talking right there. And then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and split this right there because I made a mistake. And then I can click on this half of it and I can, let me move the time bar out of the way. I can slide this over right here. And then if I highlight this white part and right click on it, I can just delete and it puts those two together. So then it should flow appropriately. Be in full control. Number 3. Now, there it is. All right, so we have that. Now what I want to start doing is really fixing this up. You can see that there's some spaces right here, right? I've got some blank space right there. There's a couple other spaces where I have blank space. We're going to do what we call jump cuts on this. So we're going to highlight this video. And then what I want to go down here do is click on Smart Cut. What Smart Cut is going to do is highlight all of the places in red that there are breaks or gaps or spaces where I spoke. Now you can adjust the sensitivity to this up or down. I generally just leave it where it's set because it looks appropriate to me, and then I'll click done. Now it has my entire video done. Now since I split it, I have to do the same thing over here to this one. So I'm going to highlight this portion of the video. I'm going to hit Smart Cut. And Smart Cut's going to show me all the spots where there are spaces or gaps in my speech because I want the video to flow. I just want the video to flow. So we're going to hit done, and it did the same thing on that. So I'm going to highlight this white space here, and I'm right here where you see it highlighted. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to hit delete. So it brings the whole video together. Now we have that done. Now, here's where we get to the fun part as well, because what I want to do at this point is I want to go ahead and I want to transcribe this whole video. So I'm just going to highlight all of this here to make sure that everything is highlighted. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go over to where it says over here in the sidebar, subtitles. So we're going to click on that, and then we're going to go ahead and auto generate, and it's going to transcribe this whole thing so that now I'm going to have words on the screen. All right, so great. Now it's done going ahead and transcribing this, right? So I'm just going to move the timeline ahead a little bit. Now, obviously, these words are way too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight everything just to make sure it's all covered. And over here, it's going to give me everything I need for my text. All right, so we're going to make the text 14, and that's going to drop it down to a much more acceptable view. So all of the text you can see is going through. It's going to be in that lower third position. You can make this bigger or smaller if you like, but basically also you want to go through and make sure that everything is spelled correctly and all of that kind of stuff. We're going to skip that step. But what it is that I want to do also, I don't like this background here. So it's got the background. I want to make it, instead of a background where you can see the faded black, I'm going to make it an outline where it goes right around the text. And we're going to make this opacity. Yeah, the background color is black. And yeah, we're just going to leave it at 100. So we've got that black, outline around each of the letters. So that makes it pop a little bit more. All right. So then what we want to do, I'm just going to go back to the beginning of the timeline. And what I want to do is listen for some key things, because now we're going to be adding in B-roll. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this bottom row here, right? And I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to add a row above it. So now we've got another row above it to start adding some more things in. So if I take a listen. Okay, so you want to be a recruiter. You want to recruit some agents. You want to recruit an army of people that are just out there crushing it to help support you, your bottom line. You're going to coach them. You're going to help them with their bottom line. Into your organization. Let's talk about coaching here for a minute. Let's talk about recruiting here specifically. You heard of the Navy. All right, so I just mentioned right here, and I'm going to zoom in. And the way that you zoom in is with this plus sign, or you can just slide it. And wherever you have your video head, which is this white line, this vertical white line here, that's where you are. So I'm just going to back up a little bit here. And I want to see where I say Navy. You heard of the right here is where I'm going to say Navy SEALs. So now what I want to do is I want to go over here and I want to look for some videos, right, that I can add in as B-roll. So what I'm going to do here, let me move my microphone out of the way a little bit. I'm going to do a search for, let's say, military training, right? And so it's going to bring up all the ones that are associated with military training. All right, if you can't find what you want there, you can always download media from other sources. So we're going to go to where we downloaded earlier. I downloaded some additional things here. All right, so I just downloaded something that I had downloaded earlier from another site, and that site was called Envato Elements. So if you can't find what you really want, there's always other sites and I'll go to Envato Elements right here, and you can kind of see you can also get a subscription for this and get some stock videos. And all I typed in here was military training, and then it comes up with all these different images that you can use, and I used one of these images that came with this. So let's go back to the project. All right, so it has loaded this clip in. So now where is my video head? And we'll go back to where we said Navy SEALs, which is around here, and into the Navy SEALs. All right, let's go back a little bit farther. We just want to find where I said Navy SEALs. Let's talk about coaching. Let's talk about coaching. Let's talk about recruiting here specifically. You heard of the Navy. All right, right here I say Navy SEALs. So I want to, what I can do, since my head is right here, I can just go ahead and add that, and it will add that clip right in there. So now what I want to do, this clip is really, really long, right? So what I can do is I can click on that clip so that it's highlighted. And now what we're going to do is adjust the speed. So we want the speed of this clip. Let's just call it, if we make it 4 times, then that should be sufficient. So then we can make the playhead, and we'll see what happens by adding that clip in there, and we'll just hit play. Specifically, you heard of the Navy SEALs, I'm sure. You've heard of them. They do recruiting as well. All right, so that clip is about long enough, and we can drag it to that head right there, and actually a little bit farther, because I don't need that much of the clip. So here we go. And you're seeing how I'm editing on the fly. You heard of the Navy SEALs, I'm sure. You've heard of them. They do recruiting as well as regular members of the military. Okay. They do recruiting. How many people do you think actually make it into the Navy SEALs? Very small percentage, right? Even going into the regular military, you're recruited, you got to go through basic training. Some people don't make it through basic training, what we call boot camp. And for sure, some people don't make it through Navy SEALs training at all. Smaller. Why then do you let any and everyone into your organization that you recruit? We're going to pause this here. Why do you let any? Yeah, why do you let any? Just go with the why. All right, so then we're going to go over to video again, and we're going to type in crowd. Let's type in crowd of people, and it's going to look inside of Kapwing. There we go. So we've got a crowd of people. Oh, this is pretty cool. It's like a mall, a bunch of people rushing in. So we'll just add that in there. And then we want to highlight this clip, and we're going to go ahead and make it 4 times as fast as well. All right, so now you'll hear what I'm saying here, and the clip jumps in. Press play. SEALs training at all. Why then do you let any and everyone into your organization that you recruit? Why isn't there some sort of process, weeding out process of, look, these are the people that are going to make it, and these are the people that aren't going to make it. Here, you need a weeding out process. So let's look for this one right here. I'm going to add this one in. This guy's separating different things out. All right, so let's go back to see what I'm saying here and press play. Going to make it, and these are the people that aren't going to make it. There's 3 things you have. All right, let's see. Right here, some sort of separating process. I just want to move that video to the head there, and I'm going to make this video, because you don't want it to be that long. All right, so it's 4 times as fast. So let's see what I'm saying there and how that works. Let's back the playhead up just a little bit. These are the people that are going to make it, and these are the people that aren't going to make it. There's 3 things you have to be cognizant of. The first one, or I should say 4 things, because I just told you one. Coming up with 3 You really need a system in place that's going to recruit the best possible people for you. Because here's the thing. Number one. All right, so what I want to do here, I kind of want to highlight some things. So I'm going to add in a square, and we're just going to make this square cover. Whoops, didn't want to move that. All right, so we want to move the square. All right, so we want the square to cover up everything basically. So we're just going to drag it to the other end. That's going to highlight the words. But of course, I just don't want it black. I want to increase the opacity of this so that you still kind of see me in the back, but you've got, you've got the black covering everything up. All right, so what it's going to be here, I wanted to highlight that I was saying number 1. This is the first thing you're going to do. And actually, we can go ahead and add some text on the screen. And we want to add header text, and we'll just say point number 1. All right, that's pretty cool. And then what we want to do on this text as well, let's go ahead and do a text outline. And we'll kind of do it. Yeah, there we go. That light outline. I like that. All right, so then we can say point number 1. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's play this out and see how this works. Here's my text here. All right, so my text is going to come up. All right, that looks pretty cool. All right, let's see how it plays out. Because here's the thing. Number 1, hiring any warm body is not a solution. It is not a solution. Right, it is not even a strategy. It is like throwing stuff up against a wall. You know what the stuff is. Throwing that up against any warm body is not a solution. And
it
I'm
is
gonna
not a
copy.
solution. It is not even a strategy. It is
copy
like
it. I'm
throwing
just
stuff
using
up
the
against a
the
wall.
Command C
You know
on
what
my
the stuff
Mac.
is.
Or
Throwing
let's
that
see
up
if we can
against a
do
wall,
this.
hoping
Command
it
copy.
sticks. This is why so many people that recruit just any and every warm body,
All right,
let
so
them
we're
into
coming
their
up on
organization,
point number 2,
go through so
and I
many
wanna put
trials
this
and
in. You can
tribulations
see
and
how
ups and downs.
methodical
It is one of the things that
you
is going
kinda
to
have
make you
to
work
be
so
when you're
much
putting all
harder
of this
because you're
together.
going to have to be supporting people that is going to weed out those that should be repelled. They won't even
Okay, I'm trying
that
to move
are
forward to point 2.
akin to your values. They have a great workout. The solution is you need a system in place. Number 2,
All right,
these
so right
expensive
here is number 2. So I'm going to wait to see where my hands are, and let's go back.
These expensive job sites that are out here, I won't name them. They're charging you a bunch of money to just send you people. What is their ultimate goal? Values.
point
They
2?
have a great work ethic and are literally going to work out.
Okay.
The solution is you need a system in place.
Okay, here's where it's point 2. So this is why I copied it. So I'm right there on the playhead, and I'm just going to hit paste. Okay, that made 2 more basically lines to produce on, but that's okay. So I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to change this. Whoops. All right, now I'll change this text. You just have to highlight the text like I just did. You see me highlighting there. Now I can come up here, and I can change this to a number 2. All right, so now let's see how that works out with this.
Number 2, these expensive job sites that are out here, I won't name them. They're charging you a bunch of money to just send you people.
Okay.
What is their ultimate goal? Now, they say their ultimate goal is to get them to
All right,
you.
so we can go
Not
to
a good
point 3.
idea. You want to be in full control. Number 3,
All right, number 3, I say right here. All right, so we're going to put the head there, and we're just going to hit paste again, and then that's going to cause 2 more lines to show up here. I can move these up here, but I'm not, because I just want to kind of show you how to get through this. So we've got, let's put the playhead back over here and highlight the text portion. Go in here, and we can make this point number 3. All right, so now we're going to go back up here, and we're going to move this playhead back and see how that pans out.
control. Number 3, do you want recruits that have not been licensed, or do you want only
All right.
licensed people? That's a decision you have to make. Pros and cons to both of them. The new recruit, you can mold them, you can build them up
Okay,
in
so
the
you can
shape
see
and the way that you believe they
how
ought
we
to
were
go.
able
The
to
recruits
go in
that have been licensed
and
for a
put
year or
in
2,
all
a
of
couple of
this
years,
information.
they're going to come in. There's not
All
going
of
to be
this
much training
information.
involved in regards to the insurance side.
Now,
You may
what I
still
wanna
have to
do-
coach them up on the sales side. But there's pros and cons, and it
I'm just
all is
gonna
going
let
to
this play
depend on
out
your
and
end goal.
see.
Here's the thing. The solution to all of these, just put a system in place.
All right, I say the solution to all of these right here. All right, so let's go back over here to the videos, and let's type in the word strategy. That's just what I'm feeling right now. I need a video for strategy. All right, this one right here seems like it'll work. So I'm going to use this. I'm just going to click on it, and it will automatically put that into my timeline. It put it down right here. And like everything else, I'm just going to make the speed 4 times. So let's see what I'm saying here and see how this pans out.
When you're in goal. Here's the thing. The solution to all of these, just put a system in place that meets your needs, that you literally your money. You want to get some more information on this.
Okay.
I want you to go ahead, click the link, book a call,
Now
and we can
have
show you how this works.
everything in here except one thing. You know what that is? We need some music. All right, so let's go down to audio, and we want let's try some hip hop. I'm always a fan of hip hop, and then you can kind of listen to. And I realize that this is 3 minutes and some odd seconds long, just about 3 minutes 21 seconds. So I need something at least that long. All right, so we can listen to, not so bad. This is cool. All right, so we can go ahead and add this music in, and it did, and we can pretty much move this anywhere that is free or that is blank. So let's just, I don't know, I'll just move this over. I don't think it's gonna much matter. All right, that's a free line right there that I have. But now I also realize the music is a little bit longer than my video. So we just want to put that music right on the edge of the video. I'm trying to find it. It'll kind of pop into place. All right, actually what I'll do here, I'm going to click here, and I'm going to add a row above that so that I can just move this right up in here. All right, move it. Come on, drag it. There we go. All right, so now the music is right underneath of the video. So I can just kind of pop that into place. All right, so now that that's popped into place, we're just going to highlight this and we're going to drag this all the way over there. Now, the good thing about this, let me just see if I can slide this just a little bit more. All right, now what we can do, click on this audio track and we want to go ahead and turn the volume down. It's up to 200%. We're going to turn this down to about 10% because we don't want the music to overshadow our voice. And there's other things you can do over here. You've got timing, you've got effects. We want to fade, and we want to fade in, and actually the fade in will probably be enough. So let's do a slow fade in and the intro, and let's take a listen to what that sounds like.
Okay, so you want to be a recruiter. You want to recruit some agents. You want to recruit an army of people that are just out there crushing it to help support you, your bottom line. You're going to coach them. You're going to help them with their bottom line.
Okay.
Let's talk about coaching here for a minute. Let's talk about recruiting here specifically.
I'm also
you heard of the Navy
listening-
SEALs, I'm sure. You've heard of them. They do recruiting as well as regular.
I'm listening to make sure that there are no words in the song. Basically, I just want just music, no vocals, just instrumental.
Members of the military. They do recruiting. How many people do you think actually make it into
so
the
as
Navy
I'm listening
SEALs?
to
Very
this in my
small
headphones,
percentage, right? Even
sounds
going into the
fine.
regular military, you're recruited. You got to go through basic training. Some people don't make it through basic training, what we call boot camp. And for sure, some
still
people
just
don't make
listening
it through Navy
to make
SEALs
sure it's
training
cool.
at all. Why then do you let any and everyone into your organization that you recruit? Why isn't there some sort of process, weeding out problems and are literally
Look
going
here.
to work out? The solution is you need a system in place. Number 2, these expensive job sites that are out
Right.
here.
So now what I've done is I have all of my elements in here. All of these elements can be moved around. And let's just move. I want to see what this element is here at the end. I believe it's that.
Depend on your end goal. Here's the thing. The solution to all of these,
Yeah,
just
that's
put
what
a
it is.
system in place that meets your needs,
Okay.
that you literally
Okay.
control and that you own, so that
Now,
at the
I've
end of the
shown
day,
you-
you're not wasting your
Basically how I would do this and put this video together with some elements in it that actually make sense to the production of the video, up into including music. And I just want to see how this ends out.
book a call and we can show you how this works.
Okay.
So you want to be a recruiter. You want to recruit some agents. You want to
All right. So the music, what we did is we made sure that it was down to 10%, the volume of that, so that it does not overshadow the voice. That is extremely important. What Ping has, Kapwing, got to get the words right. Kapwing has allowed me to do this all online with their application on a website. And so now all I have to do, I know that it's done. If this is all that I want to do, I can go ahead and export this project. I wanted an MP4 format because I want video that's MP4. The resolution I'll leave at auto. You can make it SD, HD, or full HD. Does not matter. To me, it may matter to you, but to me, I just let it go on auto because it's fine for uploading to YouTube, Instagram, anywhere it is that I want to upload this to. I know that it's going to be fine. If you do the full HD, the rendering time is going to be longer the higher you go. And then also you can adjust the quality or the compression level, better quality or smaller size. I'm leaving everything set as it is. And then all I'm going to do is export as an MP4. Then it's going to go through its process of rendering this. And what's going to be great, I've got this copy link that's right up here. And all you have to do is hit copy link. It's copied. Now I can share this out, and you can see it's processing right now. Now I can share this with anyone, basically, and have them download it. Like my assistant, I do have an assistant. I can send her this link, and she will upload it to all of our social media sites, and it will be done. Maybe below this as well, I'll put a link to this so that you can actually watch the video yourself in full production. What you see on screen, it's not as high quality as what it would be once it's rendered, because it wants to make sure that the software wants to make sure that it can render as fast as possible. You can edit as fast as possible. And then, basically it'll be high quality or higher quality than what you've seen on screen. So I will share that with you. And so then I'll just go back to me here on screen. This tutorial or this review or whatever it is that you want to call it, it is probably, I've used a lot of editors. I mean, I am a beast when it comes to Adobe Premiere. I love editing in Adobe Premiere, but also it's a long learning curve when I'm trying to explain to someone how to do something. But I just took the time here to walk you through completely how I would even create a video and put it out after production. And it's something that, you may, if you've never used a video editor before, it may, take you a little bit to learn how to use it, but that's okay. You get into the weeds and you start learning. But if you go back through what I just showed you, while I was going through Kapwing and editing my own video that I had produced, you're going to actually get a lot of value out of that.
Okay, so you want to be a recruiter.
Okay,
you want to recruit some agents. You want to recruit an army
I'm going to go
of people
back
that
over
are just
here
out there crushing
and
it
we're
to help
just
support
going
you,
to-
your bottom
to show
line.
this.
You're going to coach them.
Here
You're
it
going to
is.
help them with their bottom line. Let's talk about coaching
All
here
right.
for a minute.
So
Let's
I can
talk.
pause this. I don't know if you heard all of that or not, but I'll see in the replay of this video if it is. Now, there's a download link for this that my editor can download. I will provide you with this link as well. I can embed this here. I can share it out on Facebook. I can share it out on TikTok. I can share it out on Twitter right there. But usually what we do is download it and then we upload it from there. So let's go back here and I'll get back to what I'm using to even actually produce this video, like now what you see and also sharing my screen. I use a software called Ecamm Live in order to do this, basically to record my videos. I use Ecamm Live all the time. And being able to use Ecamm and then upload that raw video to Kapwing. Full disclosure, I've only been using Kapwing for 4 days. And I've been able to produce now 6 videos using Kapwing, even not just the long or the wide or the horizontal format videos, but also the tall videos for like TikTok and also my stories. So it is becoming kind of a game changer for me. And I wanted to share this with you so that you could see how you could use Kapwing, the online editor, to go ahead and start editing your videos, no matter if it's for YouTube, TikTok, your stories, whatever it is. You can get a lot done with this software. And I didn't even really get into all of the stuff. I just wanted to show you some basics that I use and literally produced a video for you here in just a few moments. So, hey, go ahead, click the link in the description. Make sure you get Kapwing. You can get a free version, the pro version. I think I'm paying like $24 a month, something like that. It's ridiculously low for the power that it has. So thanks for watching this. And hey, get Kapwing, click the link below. I'll see you in my next video. Probably I'm going to show you how to use Kapwing in order to make your TikTok videos and how you can do that and how amazingly simple it is to accomplish. All right, get Kapwing.